It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Moments away, it'll be the Sacramento Kings going up against the Nets in Brooklyn. For Brooklyn, they come in off the loss to the Pacers at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. That game was high scoring. Tonight, they'll need to be better defensively. And the Sacramento fans so happy to still have their Kings team after it seemed certain they'd make the move to Seattle. They kept the faith, and they were rewarded.
Not only that, Ernie, a brand new arena, the Golden One Center. The business of basketball is booming in Sacramento. I should know. I'm part owner.
I know, and I hear that it's very user-friendly, the Golden One Center.
You don't need any tickets, Ernie. As soon as you walk in, if your Bluetooth is enabled, of course, we will contact you, locate you on your phone, and direct you to your seats.
Wow, how about that,
That's
Kenny?
an unbelievable
Development.
accomplishment.
Yeah.
Well, all the Kings have to do now is start winning, Chuck.
I agree.
You know,
You're part owner, and he used to play for these guys.
I agree.
11-year playoff drought. It is thirsty up there for wins.
Don't remind me.
Time to go courtside. Kevin Harlan's got the call.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's a West versus East contest here in Brooklyn as the Nets play one at home. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. The Kings would love to finish off this road trip on a good note. They're hungry for wins and have to look at this as a great chance facing another struggling team. We'll see if they can seize the opportunity.
And checking out Sacramento, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
Yeah, it's full makeover time now, guys. I'm sure they've learned their lesson that this roster is not one that can sustain any kind of success in today's NBA.
And before the game gets started here, let's go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Dave Yeager. Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, it's the first meeting of the year between these teams, so he told me today is mainly a feeling out process, trying to identify strengths and weaknesses. We'll see how quickly they get a feel for this opponent. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Clark, we know both these teams coming in looking to get a desperately needed win. Just how much do recent struggles on both sides weigh on them right now?
Well, you know what, Kevin? I think they do weigh on them, but if you're going to break out of your struggles, then you've got to be in the moment. And you've got to lock into the present and not worry about what's happened in the past. Embrace the moment and the opportunity to change the tide. And you've got to stay consistent and not let a few bad breaks in the game or bad bounces distract you from your mission.
So Sacramento will get the first possession. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Labissiere and Cauley Stein are the bigs. Fox is out there with Heel. And it's Jackson in at the 3 spot.
Really sweet passing from Fox. He's a reliable floor general and has great vision on the court.
And so it's the Kings getting on the board first. Right side, Lynn, and Mozgov throws it down.
And the awareness from Lynn, outstanding. A true point guard who really sees the floor well.
Brooklyn on defense. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
I mean, frustrating when missed free throws become contagious. Really the Achilles heel in that one.
Well, if you're going to win, you've got to shoot a good percentage from the stripe. And for them, they have no one to blame but themselves.
Just 2 to shoot. And Fox gets it to go.
Fox still gets his shot up and over the defense despite them being all over him. Excellent timing and concentration there.
Lynn against Fox. Lynn dishes to Okafor. Here's Mozgov. And the rejection by Coley Stein. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Fox, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Lynn kicks to Mozgov. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Mozgov's got his second basket of the night.
That huge frame of Mozgov's helps him convert through contact.
There's a screen. Coley Stein passes to Fox. Some solid defense there from Lynn. Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Russell dishes to Okafor, and he misses the go-ahead basket.
I can't explain what happened there, Kevin. I mean, he had the layup. Looked like it was a simple play. Somehow the defense threw him off just enough to cause the miss.
Now, here is Russell. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. That is his first foul of the game. And here now the Kings. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Well, Greg, and I think it complements the starters when you can have such firepower coming off the bench.
Okafor comes in with the double team. And Sacramento has possession to the right side. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Fox. Coley Stein doesn't go for him. Brooklyn trailing. Crabbe kicks to Russell. Here's Okafor. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Boy, never giving up on the glass and getting an easy bucket as a result. Persistence paying off for Okafor.
Now here's Coley Stein. Here's Labissiere. Rebound, Brooklyn. Mozgov's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Lynn. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Mozgov passes to Lynn. Picked by Mozgov. Here's Russell. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to go on Labissiere.
Foul. Out of frustration. Russell, as he often does, dictating the tempo.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the offensive talent is obvious, but it seems his defense, Clark, has a ways to go.
Well, he's got the package now. He's got good size. He's not a great athlete. He's a good athlete, but not an explosive, powerful athlete. I think he's got to get stronger. And the other piece is he's got to really be about the mental aspect, the focus, and the consistent effort day in and day out to maximize his physical gifts.
Free throw good, Russell.
And, you know, a lot of people are starting to wonder, is Russell going to be the future of this league? Time will tell. That's a big mountain to climb for the young fella from Louisville.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And a big move for D'Angelo Russell this past offseason. Traded from the Lakers to Brooklyn. Now one of the major building blocks of this team that has embraced him wholeheartedly.
Now here's Labissiere. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Philadelphia. Coley Stein, a screen. Healed. Sacramento again missing.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Here's Fox. He's coming off a 10-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. In transition, here come the Nets. They get a hand on it. They push it up, 4 on 3. Three-pointer, Hield. Again, Hield missing. And with the draft spot the Lakers have and the spotted history with D'Angelo Russell. You know, Greg, it wasn't a huge shock to see him move.
You know, it just seemed to me that Russell wasn't the right fit for what LA wanted to do. Still a very young and talented player who has a chance to kind of reinvent himself here in New York. He's shown a bit more maturity since that trade and since joining this team.
Here's Heald following the bucket by the Nets. There's a good screen. Fox dishes to Jackson. Hits it from three-point range.
Hey, I tell you what, the contest on that shot was lacking. Very subpar, which is why the shooter buried it.
Lynn kicks to Crabbe. Picked by Okafor. Tries again. Crabbe, no good.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now here's Labissiere. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Outside for Jackson. Beyond the arc. They get it again. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
And Labissiere is a tireless worker on the boards, hitting them relentlessly and coming away with additional opportunities for his team as a result.
Sacramento shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
One shot behind the lanes.
And that drops, so they now lead by one. When the Kings struggled last season, Greg, they did so because they just couldn't get stops in the defensive end.
And defense, something that this team will struggle with at times. A lot of it is they don't protect the rim or close out, particularly on that three-point shot. And so much of defense just boils down to challenging shooters whenever you can. It's about giving more effort on that side of the ball.
So it's Sacramento now, following the bucket by the Nets. And good that time.
Boy, I like the speed in which Labissiere gets his shot off. The defense is really helpless to do anything to prevent it if he gets it off that quickly.
Now here's Lynn. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Koufos comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein, and Zach Randolph is subbed in for Skal Labissiere. Here's Heald, and once again off the mark by Sacramento.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And here is Okafor. Last time out, he had 14 points. And it's LeVert missing.
Loved how they guarded that layup. Didn't make it easy, which I think is why he missed it.
Here's Fox. Sweet little floater. Fox has got 5 now.
Man, I like how confident Fox is inside. I mean, awesome. Absolutely awesome. Getting good positioning close to the basket.
Here's LeVert, covered by Heald. Kicks to Dinwiddie. Picked by Mozgov. Goes up off the pick, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Yeah, it's been a seesaw battle. Right now, I mean, as soon as one team grabs the lead, the other grabs it right back.
Here's Fox, following the bucket by the Nets. Randolph sets a screen for Fox. Mozgov with the block.
Timing and sneaky athleticism, Kevin, allowed Mozgov to get to that shot.
That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And that's now 8 points for Timofey Mozgov.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Now, here's Randolph. He had 10 points in the win against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
And the Nets with possession here. Following the miss by Zach Randolph. Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. There's the dish to Okafor. Banked in off the glass. Okafor's got his second bucket tonight.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Pass to LeVert. It's hauled in by the Kings.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now, here's Fox. He has 5. Shot clock at 5. Here's Hield. Sacramento again missing.
Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
And now Sacramento on the break. The wide open look here for Fox. Misses and the dry spell continues.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
2 points. That one goes. 6 points for Jahlil Okafor.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
You know, the Nets traded away their starting power forward, Thaddeus Young, in exchange for 2 draft picks. The big prize, Michigan combo guard and Ohio native Karis LeVert. He showed potential in his rookie season. I think he's got a bright future.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Allen comes in for Mozgov. And it's Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in for Okafor. Sacramento also making some changes. Carter, he's checked in for Jackson. Shumpert comes in for Hield. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Fox. And LeVert taken with the 20th pick in the 2016 draft. Great versatility offensively.
Yeah, and he comes from good stock. You know, he's a Central Ohio native, so I've got to get that plug in for Mr. LeVert. He shows good decision-making skills and can play off the ball well, too, so this guy's got a lot going for him.
Here's Hollis-Jefferson. Zach Randolph with the rebound. The Kings trail by 5. Here's Temple. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and 3-point shot attempts so far for the Nets.
And a shot they haven't been looking for very much is that corner 3. And when they have, these been quick to kind of close out and deny it, and they've had to get their points from elsewhere.
Free throw drops for Temple. Well, Clark, you've been in the booth for so long, but I have to ask, have you ever toyed with the idea of coaching or working in some team's front office? I know you did briefly for the Pacers.
Yeah, I did, and I enjoyed it. I was working in player relations, player development with our guys off the court, and loved it. But it just wasn't something I could sustain at this season in my life. Not interested in coaching. I've never really been, because my career path went towards broadcasting right after I got done playing, and I've paid my dues and have grown in this profession, and I would want to do the same thing in coaching, and I just don't have enough time in front of me to do that. So I'm happy to be around the game in this capacity. Coaching never lets up. I get an off season as a broadcaster.
Yes. Here's Temple. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Tries to save it. Sacramento again missing. 104 left to play here in the first. Good work defensively by Carter. Inside, a nice shot by Koufos. Koufos has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's LeVert. Carter with the block.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Here's Temple. That one falls, coming off Carter's feed. And the Kings lead by 1. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Here's Randolph. And Kosta Koufos picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Dinwiddie. 9 points last game out. To end the run, Kukas with the block. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's Sacramento up 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game, in an NBA game, it's just, it's pretty cool.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lin.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Kings.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, they've been really active on the defensive end in terms of applying pressure and coming away with steals.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Sacramento, they've got Carter. Zach Randolph is out there with Kosta Koufos. Then there's Iman Shumpert, and it's Temple in at the point. Here's Temple. Pass to Randolph. Lets it go from 11, and it's Koufos missing.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Temple dishes to Randolph. And Temple kicks to Randolph. They set the pick. Here's Shumpert. But he gets it back.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Here's Dinwiddie. Passes to LeVert. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And LeVert, the Ohio native, has a ton of potential, folks. A tall, lanky shooting guard with really good playmaking ability.
And you look at Karis LeVert, 6'7", about 200 pounds. Clark, what's his best position?
I think he's just a player. Combo guard is probably what you would categorize him as. He can handle it, he can pass. He's slim, but I think he can play some small forward too. I mean, this is a guy that I think could be comfortable at 1, 2, or 3 as he continues to develop.
First one falls for him. Russell, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Jeremy Lin comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And then for Sacramento, Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Koufos. And Labissiere subbed in for Zach Randolph. He's perfect from the line this time. And for this new front office in Brooklyn, such a daunting task. Clark, a pretty bare cupboard as far as players and picks. How do they do it?
Well, you got to make $1 out of 15 cents, basically, and that's a stretch. hiring a top-flight analytics team to find hidden gems, another piece of the puzzle, a big performance staff to individualize and maximize player development. But it goes back to resources being invested in good players that will develop, and then folks to develop them.
Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Sacramento's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Here's Temple, defended by Lynn. Labissiere, the screen, and Temple kicks to Shumpert. To the paint. Here's Cauley Stein. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Cauley Stein's got the lead up to 3 now for the Kings. Lynn the pass to Allen. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. A nice shot by Lynn. Lynn's got his first points of the game.
Major props to Lynn. Charging to the rack with speed and sneaky athleticism.
Shumpert in the corner. And it's off from 3-point range. Here's LeVert, defended by Carter. And it's Shumpert.
Oh! And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
And the Nets with possession here. Sacramento making their last shot. There's Russell with the 3. It's rebounded by Labissiere. Here's Shumpert. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Kings lead by 5.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Allen passes to Hollis Jefferson. He kicks to Lynn. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And going into last season, Jeremy Lin signed with the Nets for that 3-year deal and close to $36 million, and excited to make his return to really the birthplace of Linsanity. Unfortunately, the hamstring injuries cost him a huge chunk of that season.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And Greg, Jeremy Lin described last season as a year of my prime down the drain. I mean, it had to be demoralizing.
Yeah, especially after bouncing around for a few years. He thought he'd found a chance to start and a chance to lead, and instead he found himself in dress casual on the bench.
And he can't hit the second.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Nets trail by 4. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. One of the hardest things, Clark, to defend in the league is the pick and roll. What do defenders need to key on when they're defending a pick and roll?
Well, I think a couple of things. One is you want to try to dictate where the pick and roll is going to happen and where you want the ball handler to go. And then there's got to be great communication. The 2 guys involved in the screen and roll have to be on the same page. There's got to be a lot of talk. And then the 3 guys maybe not involved have to be ready to help their teammates. So communication, a real sense of trying to dictate to that ball handler where you want him to go and what you want to give up, because you can't take away everything when you're defending a good pick and roll combination.
That free throw, no good. And when you're on a young team that's still finding its way, how much does the losing take a toll on you as a player?
Well, I can speak to that because I was in that situation back in the early 80s. It does take a toll, but you keep your eye on what's ahead and you relish the chance to develop as a young player. For the veterans, there's a lot less patience for a losing record, that's for sure.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
And that's a rare missed opportunity from him. He'd been good as gold up until that point.
Now here's Crabb, guarded closely. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wimp.
I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
To the wing right side. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Len. Averaging 17 points per game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you know, pretty terrific numbers across the board.
Yeah, so many books in his library, he lights up the scoreboard on a nightly basis.
Here's Temple, defended by Lynn. Coley Stein, a screen. Outside, Carter. A rebound by the Nets. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. And, oh, here we go. Carter's got it in the fast break chance. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Nets trail by 4. Here's Russell. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
Like a ninja is Russell, sliding inside for the deuce. Heel-like, slippery, smooth, productive.
Here's Temple. 6 points for him. Here's Carter. That doesn't go either for Carter.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And it's Russell missing. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Temple dishes to Labissiere. It's deflected.
The 7'2" wingspan of Hollis Jefferson paying off right there. His defense can be suffocating.
Here's Russell. Again, Russell missing.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
And Temple kicks to Shumpert. Russell against Carter. Over Russell. That doesn't go either for Carter.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now, and with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, for the past month, it's been quite a three-point shooting display for these small forwards. Just check out their percentages from long range. And you look at Crabb, 3rd in the NBA. He's someone that if you leave him alone, he's going to knock it down.
I mean, you've got a dilemma when it comes to any of the guys on that list. Stay up tight on them on the perimeter, and you risk them blowing by you. But if you back off, you might get your feelings hurt.
Well, I think you've got to take the first approach, Greg. You got to get up into them. You can't give these guys any space to shoot the 3.
And the first one drops.
And the Kings, for so long, had not been active in free agency. You have to like the moves this organization has made to bring in some vets in the offseason. Randolph and Hill bring a lot of experience and leadership to the locker room.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Mozgov comes in for Allen, and Okafor subbed in for Rondé and Hollis Jefferson. That one drops. He ties it up. And, Greg, the Kings wanted to have veteran leaders, and that's what they've got right now.
And the Kings are in a rebuild mode, and you need vets to lead that process. Show the youngsters the right way to do things, and I think the Kings have started to make some very savvy moves here as they begin this rebuild.
Sacramento shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That free throw, no good. Often modern NBA players will get criticized for not being sound enough with their fundamentals. Clark, do you feel that's a fair statement?
I really don't. I think it's a bit of an overreach. You know, we all have revisionist history. Things were always better in our past than they are currently. I mean, the stories get better as we get older is one of the ways I've heard it framed. I think the players are more athletic And because they play growing up in more structured environments, I think sometimes they don't get the same nuances and feel for the game that you would get from just playing organically. But I still think fundamentally the players are quite good, and I do think that's a bit of a reach as a sweeping statement that they're not as sound fundamentally today as they were in the past.
Back to Jackson. Dishes to Labissiere. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Jackson kicks to Fox. Labissiere with the screen for Fox. Tries yet again. That one doesn't drop. And Brooklyn will come the other way.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Feeds it to Labissiere. He dishes it to Fox. Gets that one to drop. A rare make, bumping him up to 3 for 10.
And how about the vision from Labissiere? Easily spotting his teammate in a great spot.
Picked by Okafor. Lynn the pass to Mozgov. And the Nets miss again.
Well, I think the defense got really lucky there. I mean, you can't afford to give up wide open shots from deep. Always enjoy solid, good passing. Easily setting up his teammate. Does not get any easier than that.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 4 assists now tonight.
Tell you what, if you let him get his feet set, Mozgov can bury that jumper, and he has nice rhythm with it, too.
Labissiere, the screen. Mozgov with the block. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. Comes up empty down low.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
Offensive rebound. Basket counts. Jackson's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
Lynn dishes to Okafor. The feed now to Craig. Back to Okafor. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Really love how assured Okafor is close to the rim. Great confidence when he catches the ball inside. And he's extremely polished with his back to the basket.
And Okafor with the block. Lynn against Fox. A nice shot by Lynn. Lynn's got 5 now.
Well, I tell you, when Okafor sees a wide open teammate, he really zips the ball over to set him up for a clean look at the bucket.
Healed with it. He's picked up by Russell. Jackson misses.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Lynn from long range buries it from three-point range. Lynn's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Timeout called by the Kings.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
Some changes for Sacramento. Kufis checked in for Cauley Stein. And Zach Randolph is subbed in for Skal Labissiere. Fox kicks to Randolph. Looking to end the run. Rebound, Brooklyn. Mozgov's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Carroll passes to Mozgov. Here's LeVert over Jackson. And it's LeVert missing.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
Healed kicks to Jackson. There's the pass to Kufis. From 11 feet away. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. 55 seconds left in the first half. Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Fox. Pass to LeVert. Picked by Mozgov. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And you know, the athletic Levert makes these forays to the goal and does a good job drawing fouls in the process.
And you look at this Kings roster, and Greg, you can see the youth movement is in full effect.
Yeah, and Buddy Hield headlines the group as he comes over in that Cousins trade. Scal Labissiere and Willie Cauley-Stein, also a big part of this team's future.
Gentlemen,
and then getting Fox as a rookie to kind of run the ship, another great building block.
The first free throw is good.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Well, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
The Kings shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The first one falls.
And, you know, the Nets can't sell players on winning just yet, but they've created a top-notch infrastructure in the meantime, and they have a gleaming new practice facility, better accommodations for players' families during the game. Those little things are big things and make a difference.
Good on both. You talk about the top-notch facilities for the Nets. You figure it signals their intent to be a top-notch franchise.
Well, you've got to invest in the development, and that means facilities and people. You've got to take care of your players and their families. That's important. And players really take note of those kinds of things. And if you're going to do it well, you've got to do those things right.
There's the pick. Fox dishes to Jackson. He feeds it to Randolph. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the layup. Randolph's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, as a former rebounder myself, Kevin, I love the aggressiveness on the glass. Randolph is showing absolute determination grabbing those boards.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Kings lead by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Zach, how did you guys get back on top of this game?
Just getting stops. You know, getting stops, getting out in transition, getting to the basket, guys hitting shots, and we getting stops. So we just got to keep on playing defense and let everything else take care of itself.
That's how you guys roll. Thanks, Zach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. During one stretch, they trailed by 7, never falling behind too far. The second quarter saw them lose just a fraction of the lead they held at the end of the first, as they're now ahead by 2 points at the half. What'd you think about Sacramento, Kenny?
Efficiency. You know, I think that's big. That's a key to success. You got to protect the basketball. You can't make those risky passes that lead to highlight film dunks. So I thought it was a great job.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
I love it. You know why I love it, Ernie? Because they're getting the ball inside and converting, not just sitting back behind the line shooting threes. See, that's kept the defense scrambling a little bit, unable to lock in on anything. Get it in, we'll kick it back out, then you shoot it.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Welcome back as we get a beautiful aerial view of the Williamsburg Bridge connecting Manhattan and Brooklyn. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Timofey Mozgov with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, and the fact he's posted a double-double with about half the game left to play, that's impressive.
And you know what, Greg? He's showing no signs of slowing down now. This game has been all him, and he's been a force.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Nets now. Lynn and Russell are in the backcourt. Mozgov is out there with Okafor, and it's Crabbe in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Now here's Okafor. Off target from three-point range. Lynn against Fox. On the wing, Jackson. Here's Hield. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Hield's got the first bucket of the third here for Sacramento. Pick by Okafor. Lynn the pass to Russell. Looking to end his cold spell, and it's good on the layup.
Boy, what a slick job of passing from Jeremy Lin on that one.
The Kings leading. Fox kicks to Hield. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Fox, no good.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
And here's Jackson after D'Angelo Russell hitting the three. Kicks it to Hield. Labissiere, the screen. Hield can't hit.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last three, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Picked by Mozgov. Lynn dishes to Russell. Crabbe in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And, you know, it hasn't been his night, but his team still leads, so that's encouraging.
On the wing, Hield. Coley Stein, a screen. There's Jackson with the three, and he's good on the three ball. Jackson's got 12 in the game. And not even 3 quarters out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Now here's Lynn. He's got 8. Out to Russell. Lets the three fly. Coley Stein grabs the board. Coley Stein's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Jackson in the corner. Off target from three-point range. The Nets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Outside, Lynn makes it off the glass. 10 points for him.
And it's nearly impossible stopping Lynn on the drive. When the defense zigs, he zags.
And Jahlil Okafor, the 3rd overall pick in 2015 out of Duke. He was in the conversation for top pick overall.
Yeah, he certainly was, and deservedly so. Now, his value has fallen off a bit since coming into the league, but with big guys, you got to be patient. Don't discard him yet. He's a very polished scorer and a good finisher around the goal. He's got to improve some other areas, but this guy's going to be around for a long time.
Now Russell, after the missed 3 from Buddy Hield. Okafor kicks to Lynn. Okafor with the screen on Fox. Mozgov up top, and stolen by Coley Stein. Here's Fox. Rebounded by the Nets. Okafor's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Crabbe, no good. Sacramento's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Fox kept alive. Coley Stein's shot is good. And the Kings lead by 2.
Boy, I like watching him get after it on the glass now, staying active, and usually that leads to good things.
Picked by Okafor. Lynn kicks to Okafor. To the wing right side. There's Crabbe with the 3. The shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Fox kicks to Jackson. This one for 3, but they get it back.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession, just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
Healed the pass to Cauley Stein. And Mozgov comes to help. No one near Labissiere as he lets it go. Good on the triple. And now a 5-point Kings lead. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Okafor kicks to Lynn. Crab with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. 5 on the clock. Crab, good. Crab's got 8.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And it's the Kings with the ball. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
Well, you know, both of these teams know and understand when they face off, it's a very winnable game for either one of them.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Out to Russell. And that's good off the glass that time. Russell's got 7 now in this quarter.
Wow, that's real nice. I mean, D'Angelo really sets before he gets into a shot. Good use of pace there.
Now here is Carter. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Cauley Stein, a screen. Pulls up on the elbow. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got 8 rebounds in this game. Allen. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And the Nets' decision to go all in for a title, much scrutinized, and rightly so. I mean, you've got to respect the financial commitment, and at the time, an NBA record for payroll didn't quite pan out the way they hoped.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
No good on the free throw. And for the Nets back in 2013-14, the new luxury tax structure resulted in record losses for the franchise. $144 million. That's a lot in a single season.
Yeah, that's a lot of zeros, Kevin. More than 10 times the next closest team at the time. So that's not a list you want to be on. Ownership now showing a little more discipline and restraint. Even looking to sell almost half the team to spread those future costs.
Here's Temple. He has 6. At the elbow, Randolph. Back to Temple. Randolph, a screen on Russell. Here's Temple. Second shot opportunity. And it's Koufos missing.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Pushing it up. Here's Carter, and then Carter with the dunk.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Now, here is Russell. He's got 11. Out to the wing. Here's Hollis Jefferson, defended by Koufos. And Russell with the basket on the assist by Okafor. Russell's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
They set the screen. Here's Shumpert. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
And that's a smart foul there. Instead of giving up the easy deuce, send him to the line.
And he's not a very good foul shooter, so that's a heads-up play by the defense there.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good.
And well, last season for the Kings, they were in the hunt for a good stretch there early on, but kind of fell out of playoff contention and finally decided to pull the trigger and trade DeMarcus Cousins. It marked a major direction change that this team, I think, wanted to make.
And the second free throw, good. And the Cousins deal, Greg, has really been examined, but what is clear is that the Kings wanted to get younger and start rebuilding.
And you can argue if the trade was the right move or not, but management felt it was. The team's thinking was they wanted to change the atmosphere of the locker room, fully committed to bringing in youth and doing things from the ground up.
And Okafor, you can't believe how big this guy is. I mean, he is gigantic. And he really does a nice job using that size underneath, despite the defense throwing everything at him.
Now, here's Kufis. And Allen with the block. The dish to Russell. Crab from long range. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. And it's a 4-point Nets lead. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Brooklyn?
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And, guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Kevin, I like the defense there. I mean, they didn't make that easy, and he definitely seemed intimidated by the defenders.
Here's Temple. 6 points for him. And Randolph now top of the key. Back to Temple. They set the pick. With the shot. Outside Randolph. Temple dishes to Shumpert. Pass to Carter. To the paint. Looks for Randolph. Gets it to him. The shot's good. Randolph's got 8.
He might not elevate like some of the other guys on the court, but as we've learned, Randolph knows how to get the ball in the basket.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And a chance now to review the shot chart for Sacramento.
And, guys, really the story for him has been his struggles from mid-range. I mean, some of them have been rushed. Others were just tightly contested. But he has to be a lot smarter on when to pull up or when to look for a teammate going forward in terms of winning this game.
And again, it's the Nets missing. Sacramento's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. 13 feet away. Sacramento with a fresh shot clock. And Allen with the block. And he gets it back. Shumpert gets a wide open look. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
Yeah, they certainly have been. You'd like to knock down that first one, but if you don't, then the second shot is the next best thing.
A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
The Kings trailing. And Temple kicks to Carter. 1:49 left to play in the third. Randolph a screen. Here's Shumpert. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
Right there, Randolph doing a good job opening up space for the shooter with the solid screen.
Here's Dinwiddie. He's got 7. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Nets coach Kenny Atkinson, before taking over in Brooklyn, a key assistant in Atlanta under coach Mike Budenholzer.
Yeah, and you talk about the Spurs coaching tree. There are a lot of good branches on that tree, boy. Budenholzer spent almost 2 decades in San Antonio. Now his assistant in Atlanta, Kenny Atkinson, is the head coach in Brooklyn.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And he makes the first. So he gets them both. Here's Temple. 6 points for him. Carter outside. Down low. And that one is hammered home.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Dinwiddie. 6 on the shot clock. Can't connect from the right block. Sacramento's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Shumpert dishes to Temple. Carter against Carroll. Picked by Randolph. Here's Shumpert. LeVert grabs the miss. Brooklyn trailing.
If they increase the tempo, they got a chance at a 2-for-1.
Execution paramount. Speed it up and put the defense on their heels if you can.
And Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Sacramento. Jackson, he's checked in for Carter. Hield comes in for Shumpert, and it's Fox in for Garrett Temple. Now, here's Fox. He's got 7. Jackson with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Here's Randolph. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Randolph's got 4 this quarter.
And that's an owner's manual possession to get them a good look there, Kevin.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Kings ahead, leading by 3. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And now let's hear what head coach Dave Yeager was reviewing with his team.
Good stuff. Got on the move now. Got 3 stops in a row. Got 3 stops, easier to run over.
And Dave Yeager, liking the defense that's being played, feels there's going to be now a translation into how their offense will go.
Yeah, I mean, stops allow you to get the ball up the court much more quickly before the other team has a chance to get their defense set.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. On the floor for Sacramento, they've got Buddy Hield. Jackson is out there with Skal Labissiere. And it's Fox, and it's Koufos in at the center position. Now here's Hield, following the missed shot by Timofey Mozgov. Here's Jackson. And no good. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Nets trail by 5. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Skal Labissiere.
And Jeremy Lin, I think has a great reputation. He's a confident guy who provides energy at both guard spots.
Two shots.
The first one falls.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Sacramento. That one misses.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Jackson kicks to Fox. Here's Cauley Stein. Mozgov with the steal. Here's Dinwiddie. No good off the back of the rim. Sacramento leading by 4. Shot from the wing. The offensive rebound. A second chance effort. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And I think the potential that Labissiere has is obvious. I mean, it's easy to see. He's an explosive player who's surprisingly quick for his size.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Sacramento.
But they're rebounding. They've given themselves a lot of second chances, and it's really helped them.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Group shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Lynn kicks to Carroll. Here's the screen. Fox against Lynn. Passes it to Dinwiddie. The rebound by Hield.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Two shots, gentlemen.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Greg, you ask a lot of GMs. De'Aaron Fox, probably the fastest player in this year's rookie class.
And he plays at one speed. That's lightning. I mean, he's got speed to burn. And maybe not quite as fast as, say, John Wall, but he isn't far behind. He uses that quickness well also in terms of just busting seams on the offense. And at the other end, he can be an outstanding defender as he was at Kentucky.
Free throw good, Fox.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Fox hits them both.
And right now at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
Lynn against Fox. Picked by Mozgov. Levert the pass to Mozgov. And Mozgov throws it down.
He's really a reserved and quiet guy, but he'll do anything to help his team. Mozgov with the monster screen.
Kings leading now by 6. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Cauley Stein kicks to Labissiere. Shot by Hield, nobody around. Drills it from outside.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
Now here's Lynn. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. Shot clock at 6. And the layup's good off the glass.
Like that execution, Kevin. A successful possession leading to a high percentage basket.
Fox kicks to Hield. They set the screen to the paint, off the pick, and Cauley Stein throws it down. That gives him the double-double, 10 points and 12 rebounds.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
From 15 feet away, and again it's Sacramento converting.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Timeout called, the Nets. And Buddy Hield, the centerpiece of the DeMarcus Cousins trade. Talk about what makes him, Greg, so intriguing.
Well, the Wooden Award winner in his senior season, he led Oklahoma to the Final Four. And how about leading the nation in three-pointers made? I think that can translate to the NBA level and could make him a difference maker.
Okafor is checked in for Brooklyn. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break. He's not satisfied with their effort level. He said, "We're not hustling out there, guys. We are not going to win that way. I promise you. We've got to get after it." We'll see how his team responds.
Thank you, David. Here's Fox. Following the bucket by the Nets. Excellent D there from Mozgov.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Lynn the pass to LeVert. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And Lynn is superb at passing the rock. Always wanting to get his guys involved. Excellent vision and really good decision making.
Now here's Hield. Dishes to Cauley-Stein. Labissiere with the screen for Cauley-Stein. Fox loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Fox has got 4 points this quarter.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Carroll. Back to Lynn. Here's LeVert, defended by Labissiere. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2. Two shots.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
So he gets them both.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
Now here's Mozgov. There's the pass to LeVert. Over to the left wing. Count that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Lynn.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
Here's Fox. Feeds to Labissiere. No good from outside.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's LeVert. Here's Mozgov. It's hauled in by the Kings. Now here's Fox. He dishes it to Hield. Drills the three-pointer. Hield's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Kings.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Outside, Lynn. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Jeremy Lin, an attack guard if there ever was one. He wants to play downhill all the time. Explodes to the rim and forces the defense to react to his drives.
And that one falls for Lynn. And Lynn's athleticism certainly is underrated. Back, in fact, Clark, when he played with the Rockets, they said he had the quickest first step they'd ever measured.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he is deceptively athletic, and he uses that athleticism at both ends. Defensively, he can get steals and blocks too, Kevin.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Alan Crabb, he's checked in for Damari Carroll, and D'Angelo Russell subbed in for LeVert. Well, the NBA has made some adjustments to prevent the hack-a-shack strategy, fouling big men who can't make free throws. It still happens. Clark, is it always going to be a part of the game, do you think?
I think it will be part of the game, and I don't necessarily like it. I would much rather see the rule be changed because I think it just enhances the quality of the product. Some would argue the strategy should be on board for poor free throw shooters. I disagree.
Here's Lynn after the basket by De'Aaron Fox. Count that one, and the Kings lead has been cut back down now to 10 as they pick up the bucket from Russell.
And this is what you get with a bigger guard. D'Angelo able to finish through contact.
Now here's Fox. There's a screen. In the corner, it's Healed. They get it again. Cauley-Stein's shot is good. And the Kings lead by 12.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Picked by Okafor. Here's Crabb, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's going to go on Scalabissiere. First free throw is good. Zach Randolph's checked in for Labissiere. Both free throws good from Crabb. Kings leading now by 10. Healed with it. Cauley-Stein a screen. Here's Fox, and it's Fox with the jam.
Yeah, I love how Fox uses that wiry frame of his. He's eel-like in his ability to get to spots he wants to get to. He's always under control despite playing at a high rate of speed.
Now here's Lynn. The feed to Okafor. And then Okafor slams it in.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
So it's Sacramento now. After the basket by Brooklyn, kept alive.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Mozgov with the steal. Here's Okafor, and the lead is down inside single digits.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Fox kicks to Cauley-Stein. Pass to Fox. Cauley-Stein with a screen on Lynn. Right side Randolph drills the baseline jumper. And the Kings lead by 10.
Fox really interested in making his teammates better, and he does it with his passing.
Now Lynn, outside Russell, from deep. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 9 assists now tonight. Fox kicks to Healed. He feeds it to Randolph. Back to Healed, and Fox has it in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Randolph a screen on Okafor. Here's Fox, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Fox has got 10 points here in the second half.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Fox continues to get better from the mid-range just the way he wants to.
Oh, Russell in position. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. That'll be his second foul of the game. Kings leading now by 9. And here is Fox. There's the pick. Kicks to Jackson. There's the dish to Randolph. Over Okafor.
And the outstanding recognition there by Okafor on defense, really making himself as big as possible, and that makes the shooter uncomfortable.
Crab, good.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Sacramento's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Fox kicks to Cauley-Stein. Pass to Hield. Here's Randolph. Here's Cauley-Stein. Mozgov with the block.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here. For the Nets, this one not looking good. Mozgov sets a screen for Lynn. Stolen by Jackson. 1:24 left in the fourth. They set the screen. Here's Hield. To the right side. Clock at 4. Lets it go with a 3. No good that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Outside, Lynn. Here's Mozgov. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn.
Yeah, you can see the work that Mozgov has put in on display there, refining his moves inside. Nice to see.
46 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Cauley-Stein with a screen on Lynn. 3-pointer, Hield. Here's Cauley-Stein. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Mozgov.
Two shots.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he gets them both, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
Boy, so calm, composed. Love how he took his time and drained the important free throws. Big time stuff there.
There's Russell with the 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And Fox has it in the corner. Picked by Randolph. Now here's Fox. Shoots over Lynn. Fox, no good. So it's Sacramento picking up the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.